Space agencies tracking the fragment are predicting an extinction-level event. The greatest chance of survival are the bunkers in Greenland.
Everybody says so. This is the new normal. It's too dangerous outside.
Greenland 2, Migration, set for release in 2026, is the highly anticipated sequel to the 2020 disaster thriller Greenland, which captured audiences worldwide with its gripping story of survival against cataclysmic comet fragments threatening Earth. While the first film focused on a family's desperate struggle to survive a rapidly approaching comet, the sequel expands the scope and stakes, exploring a post-apocalyptic world in which humanity is attempting to rebuild while facing new threats. Greenland 2 promises to deliver the intense action, emotional depth, and high-stakes tension that made the original a success, while introducing fresh characters, more elaborate disaster scenarios, and deeper emotional arcs for returning characters. The plot of Greenland 2, Migration, picks up several years after the events of the first film. The world has partially recovered from the catastrophic comet strikes, but society remains fragile, and the survivors are grappling with scarce resources, political tensions, and environmental instability. The film explores the theme of migration in multiple ways, not only the literal movement of humans seeking safe havens from disasters, but also the emotional and psychological journeys of people trying to find stability in a changed world. Central to the story is the returning family from the first film, whose experiences in Greenland have made them both resilient and wary of trusting others. As they navigate a planet still reeling from unprecedented disasters, they encounter new communities, hostile factions, and the ongoing threat of natural catastrophes that test their courage, ingenuity, and humanity. Casting for Greenland 2, Migration brings back familiar faces alongside a host of new talent. The lead roles are reprised by Gerard, Butler, and Morena, Baccarin, who return as the father and mother struggling to keep their family safe amid global chaos. Their performances are expected to deepen the emotional resonance established in the first film, highlighting the complex dynamics between survival instincts, family bonds, and moral dilemmas. New cast members include rising stars portraying survivors from different parts of the world, reflecting the global impact of the disaster. These new characters introduce fresh perspectives, cultural tensions, and new storylines that expand the narrative beyond the original family's personal journey, providing a richer and more layered cinematic experience. The sequel's production values have been described as ambitious, aiming to surpass the first film in scale and spectacle. The filmmakers have emphasized realistic disaster sequences, combining practical effects, miniatures, and state-of-the-art CGI to create breathtaking scenes of collapsing cities, massive floods, and shifting landscapes. These visuals are designed to immerse viewers in the chaos and urgency of survival, while also highlighting the fragility of human civilization. Greenland 2, Migration is expected to push the boundaries of disaster filmmaking, delivering both edge-of-your-seat tension and moments of quiet, character-driven drama that allow audiences to connect deeply with the characters' struggles. Early plot details reveal that the story will explore the concept of migration zones, designated safe areas where survivors attempt to establish sustainable communities. However, these zones are limited and access is highly contested, leading to intense conflicts over resources, leadership, and security. The film examines not just the physical challenges of surviving in a disaster-ravaged world, but also the social, ethical, and political dilemmas that arise when people are forced to make impossible choices. Themes of trust, cooperation, sacrifice, and the consequences of human actions are central to the narrative, reflecting contemporary concerns about climate change, population displacement, and geopolitical instability. The screenplay has been crafted to balance action with emotional depth, ensuring that thrilling disaster sequences are grounded in character motivations and relationships. Writers have reportedly drawn inspiration from real-world disaster scenarios, survival psychology, and global migration crises, lending authenticity and urgency to the story. Dialogue is intended to convey both the intensity of life and death situations and the nuanced interpersonal dynamics that arise under extreme stress. Audiences can expect moments of heart-pounding suspense, as well as reflective sequences that explore resilience, hope, and the human spirit's capacity to endure even the most overwhelming challenges. In terms of direction, the film has been helmed by a seasoned filmmaker with experience in large-scale action and disaster movies. The director aims to maintain the intimate, character-focused storytelling of the first film while expanding the visual scope to depict global devastation and the varied environment survivors must navigate. Greenland 2: Migration will take audiences to frozen tundras, flooded cities, and remote mountainous regions, using cinematography to contrast the beauty and peril of a world reshaped by catastrophe. The cinematography is expected to be a key storytelling tool, emphasizing both the scale of disasters and the emotional weight borne by the characters. Music and sound design are also reported to play a critical role in building tension and emotional impact. The score is designed to reflect both the grandeur of nature's destructive power and the intimate, human moments of fear, hope, and determination. Sound effects are meticulously crafted to make disaster sequences feel visceral and immediate, from the roar of collapsing buildings to the subtle, eerie noises of an unstable environment. These elements combine to create an immersive experience that heightens the stakes for viewers and underscores the precariousness of survival in a world that remains dangerous and unpredictable. The film's marketing campaign has begun with teaser trailers and promotional material that hint at the scale and stakes of the story without revealing major plot points. Early footage emphasizes large-scale natural disasters, tense escapes, and the central family's ongoing struggle to protect each other and find safety. Teasers also suggest that Greenland 2: Migration will explore moral ambiguity, showing characters forced to make decisions that challenge their values and force them to confront the consequences of survival in a fractured world. Social media campaigns and promotional interviews have highlighted the film's focus on realism, emotional stakes, and global scope, aiming to attract both fans of the original film and newcomers interested in high-stakes disaster thrillers. The film also appears to engage with broader social themes, reflecting contemporary anxieties about climate change, forced migration, and global instability. By depicting a world in which natural disasters are amplified by human activity and societal structures are tested to their limits, Greenland 2: Migration resonates with audiences on multiple levels. Viewers are invited to consider not just the spectacle of disaster, but also the resilience, ingenuity, and moral complexity required to survive and rebuild. In this way, the film seeks to provide both entertainment and thoughtful commentary on issues that are increasingly relevant in the modern world. Greenland 2: Migration's release strategy includes a wide theatrical rollout, with plans for digital streaming following the initial cinema run. This approach ensures maximum reach and accessibility for audiences worldwide, allowing viewers to experience the film on the big screen or in home environments. Anticipation for the film is high, with pre-release discussions highlighting both the technical achievements and narrative ambition of the sequel. Early reviews of promotional footage and first-look images have praised the intensity, realism, and emotional depth of the film, setting expectations for a cinematic experience that combines blockbuster spectacle with meaningful storytelling. The disaster sequences in Greenland 2, Migration, are expected to be more varied and complex than in the original film. Scenes include cities being engulfed by flash floods, avalanches cascading down mountains, and tectonic disruptions reshaping landscapes. Each disaster event is tied to character arcs, with the filmmakers ensuring that action serves both plot progression and emotional impact. Audiences will witness harrowing escapes, resourceful problem-solving, and moments of vulnerability that humanize the survivors while keeping viewers on edge. The meticulous attention to detail in the visual effects, combined with practical stunts, aims to create a seamless and immersive experience that feels both realistic and cinematic. One of the central narrative arcs involves the family's ongoing struggle to find safe passage to secure migration zones while encountering competing groups with differing agendas. These interactions allow the film to explore themes of cooperation, leadership, and the clash of moral codes under duress. Characters are confronted with ethical dilemmas, including whether to prioritize self-preservation or collective survival, how to manage limited resources, and how to navigate alliances with strangers whose intentions may not be clear. These dynamics contribute to a layered narrative that is more than a standard disaster thriller, emphasizing human complexity and the consequences of choices made in extreme circumstances. The visual design of Greenland 2, Migration, also plays a key role in storytelling. The environments are meticulously crafted to convey both danger and isolation, from snowbound landscapes to ruined urban centers. Color palettes and lighting are used strategically to evoke mood, highlighting the stark contrast between moments of hope and scenes of devastation. Set design and location scouting reflect a commitment to realism, ensuring that every environment feels authentic and lived in, which enhances the audience's suspension of disbelief. These elements combine to immerse viewers in a world that is simultaneously familiar and terrifyingly altered by natural forces. The sequel continues to explore character development, particularly the evolution of the central family members. Their experiences in the first film have left emotional scars, and Greenland 2 delves into how trauma, resilience, and hope shape their decisions and relationships. The narrative examines the psychological toll of surviving repeated disasters, the strain on familial bonds, and the growth that comes from confronting fear and uncertainty. Supporting characters also receive substantial development, offering diverse perspectives on survival, morality, and the human capacity for adaptation. This focus on emotional depth ensures that audiences are invested in the characters' journeys, heightening the tension and payoff of the disaster sequences. Greenland 2, Migration also incorporates global perspectives, showing the impact of disasters across different regions and cultures. By depicting how diverse communities respond to crises, the film emphasizes universal themes of resilience, cooperation, and the human desire for safety and stability. These storylines provide narrative richness and allow for visually and emotionally diverse sequences, ranging from densely populated urban centers to remote wilderness. The inclusion of multiple viewpoints also reinforces the notion that survival in a post-disaster world is a collective struggle shaped by both individual actions and broader social dynamics. In summary, Greenland 2, Migration represents a significant expansion of the world and story established in the first film. It combines intense disaster action with emotionally resonant character arcs, exploring themes of survival, migration, morality, and human resilience in a world forever changed by catastrophe. With a strong cast, ambitious production design, and a focus on both spectacle and depth, the film aims to deliver a gripping, thought-provoking experience that appeals to fans of the original as well as new audiences seeking high stakes, emotionally engaging cinema. The anticipation for its 2026 release continues to build, promising a film that is as thrilling as it is meaningful, offering both the excitement of disaster survival and the reflection on what it means to endure, adapt, and hope in the face of overwhelming odds.